Hey everyone, hope your Tuesday is going well. Welcome to another Fish You, a Fish Talk Tuesday. So this week I wanted to talk to you guys about sustainability in the fish tank. I've had this tank going for just about 7 years now. It'll be 7 years in February, and some things that I constantly do, I always try to keep my water changes on schedule. I always try to use the same exact salt. I always try to use the same exact chemicals, and I always try to do things in a timely manner. If I always do water changes, if I do 3 water changes for 1 month and I do 2 for the next month I always try to do 3. Anytime I add a fish in, I don't over add fish in. I just add 1 fish at a time. You don't increase the amount of snails that you have or the amount of crabs that you have in the tank. Or one of the things that I don't do is I don't go in there and throw a bunch of snails or crabs in the tank. So if I need to add more in there, I'm not going to add more than say 15 to 20 at a time. That's just way too many little mouths going into the tank. Another thing that I like to do for sustainability is I always make sure that my equipment is clean. That means my power heads once a month come out of the fish tank. They get soaked in a vinegar solution along with my protein skimmer, my filters. Everything gets soaked in a vinegar solution, and that actually helps break down the calcification that is on everything. You'll see it. It's the purpleness that's all over the fish tank. Doing things like that can actually keep all the equipment that you spend so much money on running longer and running better. Back in the day when I first started it, I didn't really clean out my power heads as often. I didn't clean out my filter as often. I didn't have a protein skimmer. So all these nasty, crap and everything that was building up in the fish tank was building up in the filters, was building up in the power heads, and they finally eventually started slowing down. The fans or the motors wouldn't spin as fast anymore, and it got glunked up and the stuff stopped working. Just little things like that if you neglect to do, they will add up over time, and when you eventually go to clean your fish tank, you're going to have so much work that you have ahead of yourself. If you do little things every single day in your fish tank, at the end of the week, it's not a huge task to clean the fish tank. The saltwater tank is doing well. It is just about that time of year where I don't have to worry about the sun coming into the window as much, and everything in the freshwater tank, as you can see here, is doing great. All the fish are still alive. They are happy, as I can tell. They can't really talk to me, so I can't ask them how they're doing, but they're swimming around. The fish that was in there before is a lot more active than it was in the past. So everything is going great here. And while everything is going great here, guys, I think this is the appropriate time to let you know that next Tuesday is going to be the last Fish You of Fish Talk Tuesday. The series won't be gone forever. It will be back sometime before the holiday season, but there is something else that I have planned to do for Tuesdays while the fall is going on. So I want to thank you very, very much, every single one of you, whether you watched one episode or watched them all. I want to thank you for coming on this journey with me and watching the fish tank and watching its progression over the past couple of weeks. And for the time being, I actually have another idea for a show that I'm going to be doing on Tuesdays. So make sure to check that out next week. The first episode of that is going to be taking place, and the last episode of Fish Talk Tuesday will be up. Once again, thank you guys very much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, do me a favor and hit the thumbs up button. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to see more content, and I will catch everybody tomorrow for the Season 2 opener of Adventure Wednesday.